Go tell your friends about it. Go tell your friends about it.
Good morning, guys. It's JT here, and here are my takeaways from today's UWM Sales Huddle. Number 1, Tinder. And by the way, this is not my example. Again, this is my takeaway from today's UWM Sales Huddle. Okay, so you heard it. You heard right. Tinder, the dating application. But let me tie this back to how this relates to our mortgage space, okay? You don't want to be that loan officer. You don't want to be that sales rep. You don't want to be that entrepreneur that is like that guy or that gal on Tinder. Has a really nice picture of themselves on Tinder. Maybe even a picture behind a big house or its dog, okay? It looked good on that picture. So how this relates back to a loan officer or a salesperson, give an example. Let's just say you are advertising interest rate at 3%. Right now, when the interest rate environment is above 6%, that's a 3% difference, okay? This is just for conversational purposes. This is just for this example purpose, okay? But then that client calls you, the client that sees your offer on Instagram, Facebook, or the penny saver, you name it. Hi, I'm calling you on that 3%. By the way, I didn't know your interest rates were so low compared to everybody else. I just got off the phone with so-and-so lender and their interest rates are 3.5. Yeah, well, Mr. and Mrs., let me walk you through how it works, okay? And then everything just starts going downhill. So that guy or that gal on Tinder, okay? But that's the only good thing they have going for themselves. So in order to not be that guy or that gal, be sure that your customer service is excellent. Be sure that you do what you say you are going to do. Be sure that you call them back if you say that you're going to call them back. And if you say you're going to call them back at a specific time, call them back at that specific time. More importantly, be honest from the get-go. I truly believe that nowadays, nobody likes that flimsy, nobody likes that douchey, nobody likes that catchy advertisement, right? Nobody likes to see ads with 3% interest rates, when in reality, interest rates are at 6, 6.5, even 7%. Nobody likes to be tricked nowadays. That sales tactic that worked 7, 10, 15, 20 years ago, I believe no longer works today. Number 2, setting expectations. Properly setting expectations day one. I believe that is very, very important. I personally tell you that if you were to set expectations at the beginning of a transaction, at the beginning of a relationship, this is what I stand for, this is what I believe, this is a non-negotiable. Perhaps it would avoid you going into a business transaction. Perhaps it would avoid you going into a relationship because that person doesn't like your expectations and doesn't agree and doesn't see eye to eye. Well, then guess what? There's a saying that goes a little bit like this: I'd rather lose them on Monday than lose them on Friday. So what that means to you is, by properly setting the expectations, those that see eye to eye with you would stick through it, as opposed to those that don't see eye to eye with you on those expectations. Hey, they're also going to let you know, okay, thanks for letting me know. I don't agree with that, so therefore I'm out. Perfect. Nobody's feelings get harmed. It's very early on in the transaction. It's very early on in the relationship. The time invested in that business transaction is very minimum, so the loss, it's not that big of a loss. So properly setting the expectations, very important. Also, resetting the expectations. I'll give you an example. You go into let's just say into an escrow, and you set the expectation up front. Hey, look, because of X, Y, and Z, I'm going to need 30 days to close the transaction. Bam, you guys agree. Everybody agrees. Everybody walks away. No problem. 15 days into the transaction, you're calling to reset the expectations. Hey, guys, actually, I just got the green light from my underwriting team. We can close within the next 4 days. So that'll put you at just 15 plus 4. That's a total of 19 days. And guess what? You properly set the expectation. You reset the expectation. You were able to come through, close sooner than what you said day one. That always looks much better than someone saying, hey, I can close in 21 days. But then your day 30, you can't close. Day 45, you get an extension. Until day 50 you're closing. That is not a good position. So setting the expectation, very important, or resetting it. Number 3, execution. Execution is the key to success. Let's just say you travel to a convention and one of your takeaways is creating content. We're all afraid to be in front of the camera. We're all afraid to look at ourselves and see how we sound. Okay, but remember, that was one of your takeaways that you got from that convention. You come back and regardless of how much you don't like how you sound, regardless of how much you don't like how you see yourself. But guess what? I've got some news for you. That is how you look. Those are your face expressions, like it or not. That is you. But you see what you don't like and you work on it. More importantly, you came back from that convention and you executed. And I will tell you that the more you do it, the better you will get. Guys, you have no idea how till today I get compliments of how great my videos are. You have no idea how long I've been doing content. You can go back to my videos on the YouTube channel, on my Instagram, on my Facebook, and you are going to be like, damn, JT, you've really come a long ways. Look at the video that I did 6, 7, 8, 10 years ago. I recently watched the video with my kids for Cinco de Mayo that I did 10, 13 years ago. Jesus Christ, was that something else? But again, what I did is I went to a convention. My takeaway was courage. I came back, bought a camera, created content. And the more I created content, the better I got. Guys, if you found this video of value, give it a thumbs up, forward this video to one of your colleagues, to a fellow entrepreneur, or just someone that you like, trust, and appreciate. If you haven't already, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Hope you found it of value. Have a great day. Let's go out there. Let's dominate.